this first speaker that we're going to introduce. This is a man who's been driving around the United States with a not so nice car with a canoe on the top of it. He's a scrappy man. One day he had a dream and he said, you know what, there's got to be a faster way to list books. And that turned into what's now known as Go-To Lister. We got that over there. He also said there's got to be a better way to sell restricted books. That's where restrictedinventory.com came from. He said, we got to have a networking event for individuals. That's the Miami Sellers Conference. And now he's here for the Books and Beyonds Conference. This is the man, the one, the man, only the myth. This is Avery Martin, Romer the Romer.
My baby born in Berkeley. She's been telling me all night long. Gasoline.
All right, let's rock and roll, guys. All right, we're going to do a quick exercise. I'm asking what your sales are. Stand up if you're doing at least 1,000 in sales a month. And DJ, you can cut that music. Sit down if you're not doing at least 2,000 in sales per month. 3,000. 50,000. All right, let's give these people a round of applause. Mark, you better be standing. Where's Mark at? There you go. Yeah, stand. So you're the tallest one in the room. Don't sit down yet. I'm gonna expose you. All right, we got 100,000. 400,000. The two tallest people. There's a correlation here. 1 million. All right, guys. You guys know how to talk to at the after party now. All right. Now, a big part, I guarantee you, of everyone who is standing up, their business model is relationships. Relationships with suppliers and relationships with other sellers. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So who here is ready to build some more relationships this week and say aye? All right, real quick, I'm going to go over who I am. My first year selling on Amazon, I did about 80,000 in sales. I decided to live in my car. I was talking to you about it earlier. And I did it because I saw Caleb Roth. Big shout out to his blog he had back in the day, thebookflipper.com. He went to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and allegedly made $5,000 in 1 week. And I don't know if that was sales or profit. I don't know if he was lying about it, but I'm like, shit, even if only a tenth of it's real, even if I can only make $500 in a weekend, if I just do this, living in my car across the country, it'll pay for my trip. So that's how I started. Did 80,000 in sales my first year. Second year, did 350,000 in sales. And this was a lot of this had to do with not only getting backroom access at places, I would travel everywhere. I would do liquidation deals. I would all types of crazy things. I met people at conferences like this and did some big deals that made me $10,000 profit in 1 weekend. So the year after that, I did 1.2 million. And that was a lot of textbooks. I started restrictedinventory.com. Everyone, all you guys sent me your textbooks. That got me up to 800,000 to 1 million in sales. And then about 200,000 of those sales was chlorine. So that was year 4. And I'm the self-proclaimed most connected Amazon seller in the community. And that's a big result of going to Caleb's Turn the Page events, hosting events myself, going all over and posting my journey on social media. So there's 2 types of relationships that are foundation of every bookseller's business. And that's relationships with suppliers, thrift stores, libraries, college bookstores, you name it, anyone with books. The second type of relationship is relationships to other sellers, which is extremely underrated in my opinion. Okay. So that's why it's so important to do these events. You can meet other sellers, talk to them, see what they're doing, and learn from them. So relationships with suppliers, good relationships look like exclusivity to books and backroom access. If you only have access to the books that everyone else has access to, you're going to be getting sloppy seconds. All the books are pre-scanned. You're not going to get a high acceptance rate. The key is to get to the books that nobody has access to. You have to go upstream. You get a higher acceptance rate and long-term relationships to build a sustainable business. Most people in the room that are doing above 50,000 sales a month, they have long-term relationships with exclusive sources. They get backroom access. They're buying books in bulk. They have some type of angle that not everyone can just go in a thrift store and just scan the books that are on the shelves. Okay, so if you solve suppliers' problems, you're going to make more money. Pay them for their books. This is how you solve people's problems. You pay them money for their books. You take away their books. These are the 2 main things. Who here has ever had too many books in the house? Raise your hand. It's a pain in the ass to deal with, right? And a lot of us think books are gold, new gold rush. It's true. But at the same time, when you have too many books, it's like eating, too much candy or something. Like, it's like, now I want to get rid of them. That's how most thrift stores feel. That's how most libraries feel. They feel like, oh my gosh, I want to get rid of these books. So if you solve that problem and you can do it in a way that's efficient, you're going to make a lot of money. So just think, solve their problems, help them organize their books, anything to turn their books into money or get rid of them. So here's a magic formula for backroom access. I'm talking about going to the thrift store, getting books that no one else has access to. So you're going to buy a lot of books from the front of the store first. So get a full cart of books, show them that you're serious, show them that you're not just going to go in the back room, mess everything up, and then leave and buy like 3 books. They're going to hate that. But if you go in and you have a cart full of books already and you ask the manager, the director, maybe a friends of the library group, you get access to the back room, then you're going to help them organize the books, keep it clean, and they're much more likely to call you in the future rather than you being, a pest. That's the key to running a good Amazon business, by the way. Like wholesalers, online arbitrage people, all the guys that figure it out provide value to the suppliers. You don't want to set up a wholesale account and place a $1,000 order. You want to set up a wholesale account and place a $50,000 order over and over again. That's why a lot of people hate Amazon sellers, because we're a pain in the ass. So solve their problem and it's going to be a lot better. Managers and owners are the best people to talk to directly. Managers at thrift stores, employees that have been there for years. At libraries, think of, the director of the library is going to be great to talk to. Friends of the library, president of the library. If you're at a college campus, president of a campus, head of the bookstore, talk to the head honcho. Those are the people with the books. If they say yes, go scan them. If they say no, wait a week and then ask again. A no doesn't mean no. I know we live in an age where they say no means no. No, it doesn't mean no. Come back next week, bring coffee, bring donuts, keep trying over and over again. Dave's shaking his head because he does a lot of business with bulk books. He knows if you keep calling, show you're serious, show you're not gonna be one of those Amazon sellers that comes in, buys books, makes a place a mess, pain in the ass, you're out of business 3 months later because you sent a bunch of high-ranked books to Amazon, blah, 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 blah. A lot of people do that, and they've seen us before hundreds of times, and they think that you're gonna be just like every other Amazon seller. So prove them wrong. Prove them that you're not that. So yeah, again, businesses hate Amazon sellers. Provide value by being reliable, show up on time, firm handshake, look them in the eye, do everything you're supposed to do, buy the good books, come back over and over again, and they'll love you. Big shout out to Golden State Picker, by the way. He does about 100,000 in profit each year. I interviewed him on my YouTube channel. All he has is one source, and that's all you need. One source. He goes in the back room 3 times a week, scans all the Gaylords they have, and he's able to pump out 100,000 profit. And that man's reliable. Firm handshake, looks him in the eye, doesn't, make the place a mess. Simple stuff. You guys know this. So also, consignment services are great. You can take people's books, sell them on consignment, pay nothing for them up front, and pay them 50% profit when it sells. I've done over $500,000 in sales in profit from doing this for you guys, for my friends, my college campus. I probably paid for my college. I got a half wrestling scholarship, but they sent me $30,000 worth of books on consignment because the athletic directing department had an excess of books. I started restricted inventory. I sent them the website. They went to the website and sent me all the books, and we've done 30,000 in sales just for my college. So this is a great, great way. If you guys want to harass somebody later, Caleb had a business that he actually built and sold. Where's Caleb at? Built and sold empty shelves. So yeah, he's, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. You guys know. Okay, I'm gonna blaze through these real quick because you guys already know this. I'm preaching to the choir, but thrift stores are a great place to find books. Ask for backroom access. Go in there. Same exact thing. Talk to the managers, talk to the owners, and build relationships there. Same things. Become friends with the friends of the library. Every library has a friends of the library group almost. So become friends with them. Again, they've seen us before. They know who we are. They've seen grown ass people, 50 years old, pushing over piles of textbooks and leaving them on the floor in the first 20 minutes of sale. Do not be that person. Be the person who's calm, collective, show up to the sale early, help them set up, take their phone number. If they don't let you scan the books, don't worry. Come back next time. Be a good person, So just don't be a nuisance. That's the premise of my talk. Used bookstores are great too. Who here knows about McKay's used bookstore? I literally got an apartment right next to McKay's used bookstore, and there's a storage unit right next to it too. And that was in 2019. And every single day I would go get books from around Nashville, put them in the storage unit, take all my books to McKay's, get trade credit, and then buy as many books as I could. So that's how I started my business. Michael Fortnell, that was his hustle too. He used to drive all the way up to Louisville and you drove all the way down to Nashville, Knoxville, Chattanooga, and just go from store to store. He would scan the textbooks, and that's how he started his book business. He was doing $5 million plus a year. He didn't stand up, so I'm gonna call him out on that. You didn't stand up early when I was doing the sales thing, so that's another monster in the room right there. Okay. So also scan books fast. A lot of people just, they go in like, Avery, I didn't find any books. And if you looked at your Scout IQ app and tracked how many you scanned, it'd probably be only like 100, 150 books. So scan more, scan 1,000 books, see what happens. So scan faster. That's a huge thing. I put a Joe Rogan podcast on and I scan for 4 hours straight. And I guarantee you, if you do that, you'll leave with a cart full of books. College campuses are also great. You go to college campuses, talk to the bookstore, talk to the library, ask if they have any old editions. Old editions are relative. Maybe it's an old edition for them, but it's selling on Amazon hundreds of times, a month. So bookstores are a great place to ask for books. Closeouts. I'm gonna expose this. Don't worry, Rod. Not everyone does this. I've preached about this on YouTube so many times, and nobody has actually reached out to me and said that this works. But you can actually make 5 figures profit in a weekend if a college or a library closes down. You can go to these places and scan the whole thing. And I drove to South Carolina and I scanned a whole bookstore. I packed about 20 boxes outside of the college, and it was probably like 40,000 gross sales. UPS came and picked it up. Boom. A few months later, what season hit, sold them. So this is a great way. You can set alerts on Google for anything closing down. Colleges closing down, libraries closing down. This is a great way. And if you guys ever do this, reach out to me and tell me, because I've literally shared this hundreds of times and no one's reached out to me that works. And it's made me a lot of money. But again, you're going to have to get uncomfortable and have those uncomfortable conversations with people. And again, they're going to think you're a nuisance. They're going to think that you're not serious about it, but you have to show them you are. Consignment with friends. This is maybe, again, over $500,000 in profit, selling books on consignment for people. And all you have to do is get the books, list them on Amazon. You pay nothing for them. And when they sell, you pay 50% of the profit. You guys want help with this? DM me on Instagram or hit me up in the Facebook groups. I use the Book Flipper tracking spreadsheet. You guys can get this at thebookflipper.com/track. That's how we track consignment. It literally factors in every single fee, from inbound shipping fees to all the FBA fees. And what you can do is, let's say you take 100 books from your friend. You sell 80 of them, 20 of them get trashed. It factors in every single fee, and then you pay them half the profit at the end of the day. That's one of the best business models out there. The reason why that business model got me so excited was back in the day, I made a goal of sourcing 1,000 books per month. And this is like when I had no money. And I was like, wow, 1,000 books per month. I'm paying $3 on average, $3,000 per month, plus my living expenses. Like, how am I going to find that much money? So what I started doing was more consignment. I get thousands of books for free, and I only pay when they sell. So that was one of the best things I ever did. Next thing you can do to boost your profit is price smart. Don't be the lowest price if you don't have to. And if the book sells fast, price it higher. And who here knows about the prime bump? Raise your hand, say aye. Yeah, so the prime bump's like this. If you guys look here, you see right here, $59 is a buy box price, and down here is $47. You can literally make an extra $12 by pricing at the buy box price. So this is a very simple concept. And this goes beyond the buy box. There's probably a few other sellers at like maybe the next seller $60 and then maybe the next seller $70. If you wait for this guy to sell out, then the $60 seller sell out, you can get the $70 price. During textbook season, that third week of textbook season should be when you guys most aggressively reprice, because the price is going to be at the highest. And before textbook season, I recommend pricing your books at FBA slot 3 or 4. So what I mean by that is these are my personal preferences. If it's a faster moving book, and you guys take a picture of this if you want, take your phones out, and these are my triggers, if you want to call them that. But between 1 and 125,000, that's a very fast moving book. I'm going to price at FBA slot 4. So I'm going to wait 4th in line from all the FBA offers. I'm going to wait for the other guys to sell out. And this is really going to boost your margin. For anything that's medium selling, 125 to 900,000, we're pricing at FBA slot 3 and 2. And then anything over $1 million that's pretty slow selling, we're just going to come in at FBA offer 1. And then anything that's like 1.5 million and beyond, we're just basically matching the low merchant price. And I'm sure Victor would agree with this. Like, if you're sitting in a 5 million ranked book, maybe the Keepa looks good. Maybe there's only a few used offers, but you're not going to price it, 20% higher because it's such a slow moving book, So understand your profit so you can scale. So we talked about smart pricing so you can make more money on the books you send in. We talked about how to get books. I showed you guys like 1,000 places to find books. But now track what you're actually making. If you don't track what you make, you don't know if you're digging yourself in a hole or not. So track your buy costs, track where you bought your items. It's going to help you at the end of the year. Maybe you see Goodwill's your best source, Salvation Army's your second best, maybe your friends on consignment are your third. And maybe you're making a lot of profit from your friends on consignment, but you only put 10% of your effort for the year there. So in that case, that means you should focus more of your effort on there the following year. Okay. So go back to the places that yielded the most profit. If you guys use GoToLister, we automatically do this for you. You can see 200,000 in sales. This is from yesterday. Total cost. We put in all of our COGS into the software. So I paid 75,000. This is wholesale, by the way. Total fees 50K. Profit 69,000, and this is all automatically done for you via the software. We also have push notifications now. Steve sold a $619. I don't even know, what was that, Steve? What'd you sell? The toy? Electronics. Yeah. So we have push notifications too. That's brand new. This is our mobile app. So on the fly, you can open up and see 200,000 sales, what your profit is. You guys should be tracking. There's 3 things you should be tracking. How many items are you listing a week? If you don't list your items, if you don't list more items, you're not gonna make more money. Number 2 is what's your average sales price? And you should try and keep that above $20 as a bookseller if you're cherry picking. Bulk books, it's a little bit different. But if you're cherry picking, try to keep that above $20. That's gonna give you about half an Amazon payout of $10. And then you're also going to track your turn rate, which the GoToLister app now shows you. Now, you don't have to use GoToLister, but these are the things I want to track. So we put them all in the app, but you guys can track this other ways too. But your sell-through percent, we have a super high percent because we're wholesale, but booksellers should try and keep this above 20%. If your sell-through rate's too low, that means you either need to reprice more or you're sending in crap books. So you should reassess the books you're sending in, which is almost a problem every bookseller makes starting out, is they just send in too many books. If that was too fast for you, and for all my beginners say I have a completely free course. I used to charge $400 for this. Raise your hand if you pay for my course, say I. We got a few people in here I scammed years ago. Now this is all 100% free right here. StartHumble.com, literally my course I used to charge $400 for. And you guys can go to StartHumble.com/beast. All my Feed the Beast members in here, say I. A lot of people that show up every week to those calls. Big shout out to you guys. We'll have Brittany tomorrow, who's going to be at the restricted inventory table. So excited to have her here. But everything is on the website, all the courses, and we do weekly calls. You guys can literally come to calls where we talk like this on them, and you guys can share anything you want on those calls too. If you guys want to, Sophie always shares really good tips. She sells 50,000 a month in books, so she knows a lot more than me when it comes to nuances of certain things. Again, to recap, there's 3 components to scaling a reselling business, and you know, a lot of people, they feel like if they go to a library sale and they got $1,000 in profit, okay, I got enough. I should just go home now. No, abuse any source that's yielding profit. If you're getting a lot of profit from a source, absolutely abuse it. This goes for online arbitrage. This goes for wholesale. If something's working, don't be afraid to pour more money in it. This is like the number 1 mistake I see online arbitrage and wholesale people make. They're like, yeah, I'm doing 50,000 in sales at like a 10% margin. And they're buying product that they could be buying 10x the amount of. Same for booksellers. Like if you're buying books from a library sale or from a bookstore, make sure you're scanning every single book they have and really maximizing that source. Number 2, reprice your inventory for as much profit as possible in the shortest amount of time as possible. A lot of people that send in books, they sell them for far too cheap. I showed you guys my repricing triggers. I recommend you use something similar to that and reprice. Be patient. You know, if it takes a month extra to sell during textbook season, you get an extra 20%. That's probably worth it. You know, you put hard work in finding the books, get as much profit as you can. And also find more profitable inventory. Again, this sounds like really simple to say, but that's the number 1 thing you can be doing is finding profitable inventory every day. You shouldn't be listing. That shouldn't be your focus. Your focus shouldn't be anything else except finding profitable inventory. I'm going to show you guys how to list fast real quick. So who here feels like they list pretty fast? Who here feels like they list slow? All right, I'm going to show you guys how to list fast real quick. Joji, can you help me out here? Get them on the screen. I got 10 books here. Do I got my timer up, by the way? Okay, 22 minutes. Boom, I got time. All right, we'll start right at the dot here. We got 22 minutes. 1, 2, 3. Well, this scanner. Dom, what are you doing with this scanner? We'll skip that one. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, the reason why Dom programmed the software the way he did is I would go to Airbnbs when I was sourcing books, and I hated slow Wi-Fi. So as you can see, it's still listing my books. What it just did there is it queued all the books up. And even with slow Wi-Fi, even with Amazon's slow response time on FN SKUs, everything's queued in, and now it's listing the books as we talk. So all the books are listed, or actually still listing some right there. And so this allows you to scan 5 books, 5 labels print out, scan 5 books, labels print out. And if you guys look how these are stacked, this is the fastest way to list books. You put them barcode up, you scan 5, move them over. If you have a partner, they start labeling them, scan 5 more. And this strategy right here, I can list 100 plus books per hour doing this. So you can get a Wone Nice scanner on Amazon. Wone Nice, W-O-N-E, nice. We get this hooked up.
Yeah, it's
hooked up.
it's good.
Boom.
Say your trigger is FBA slot 4, but the person who's in FBA slot 4 doesn't know how to price, and it's a terrible price. You're not looking at it to go, they priced it at $50 and it's a $20 book.
Yeah.
Now you're priced at 50. That's never going to sell. Like,
Yep. So you'll reprice after 30 days. So I let the price sit for 30 days, let that price stay high. And then your repricer, use Be Cool, whatever you're using, will go back down. So we want to be overly optimistic. A lot of people send in their books at $300 and just let them sit. That gives the listing more room to breathe, but I'd rather price it higher than price it lower. If you price it lower, then the other repricer is going to match you and you're screwed.
well, but I'm saying, so you don't know because it could be lower than it should be. You're just matching.
Well, FBA slot 4 is going to be certainly higher than the buy box.
Correct.
You
I'm
know
just
what I
saying, but it might not be a price you actually wanted.
Yeah, if you really, like if you're starting out, look before you send the batch, look at every single price. Boom. That was cool. That's our first time doing that. All right. I don't want to make this a pitch fest. This weekend's about networking, but it's okay. Real quick, I share a quick offer with you guys. It's exclusive. It's just for this weekend.
Yes, let's go. Exclusive to you guys, right? We want to give back to you because you guys came all this way. So let's do it.
Here we go. He's going to say no. No, absolutely not.
Yeah. So how do you calculate the sell-through rate? On Amazon, it doesn't give a number, so you have to make it up somewhat.
You download the GoTo Lister app and it tells you immediately. No, what you do is you look at items sold last 30 days divided by average inventory in stock last 30 days. I think that's what we do. Or do we do current inventory? Yeah, current inventory. So the most accurate way to do it is like average inventory last 30. But if you're a big seller like you are, you take what you currently have. So say you have 10,000 books in stock, you sold 3,000 last 30 days. That's a 30% sell through for the month.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Dave, would you agree 20% or would you say more for bulk sellers for 30? Yeah. Yeah. So he's doing 30% per month. So
1% per day, 30% per month.
yeah, this is awesome. Yeah. It's all on mobile. GoTo Lister has an app.
I have a question.
Yep.
Consignment selling. How do you handle the taxes on that?
What I do is I write off any consignment payment as cost of goods sold.
So when you sell a book for $50 and 25% is yours, Amazon knows it was $50.
Yeah. So what we do is money landed in a bank account. Let's say 100,000 lands in my bank account. 50K is sent to consigners. If we pay anyone over $600, you're supposed to send them a W-9. Obviously, restricted inventory isn't sending a bunch of W-9s out. So what my CPA does, and my CPA, he writes it all as cost of goods sold. So you only pay taxes on the 50K left over. Yep. All right. So we'll get some Q&A going in just a second here. Yep. If you want to toss that over to him whenever we're ready. So this is my pitch fest. So fastest listing software on the planet is what you're going to get. You guys already know about this. The ability is to sell your faster moving books at higher prices. A lot of people price their books too low. I think what we've done at GoTo Lister is we allow booksellers to really capture more profit by initially pricing their books higher versus a lot of people send in books at buy box price or lower than buy box price and they bring down the price. So what we're trying to do is help you guys list your books at higher prices so you can sell them more for during textbook season or the FBA bump, whatever it is. Never miss out on restricted products you can actually sell. We instantly have the ability to click on apply for approval. So a lot of people, they send books to restrictedinventory.com. They could actually sell themselves. We want you guys to be able to sell all the books you can. Next, we have accounting and profit analytics and big announcement. Dom's been working hard in the background. We have net profit reports. So in GoToLister, you'll be able to click on one button, end of year tax reporting, instantly done for you. You know, I don't want to list like the competitors' names. Everyone loves Inventory Lab for that. And what we're doing is we're creating that same exact thing for you guys. So every single Amazon fee is captured, and it's one report that you download. It's going to help you with taxes. And then never worry about repricing again. GoToLister. If you're a GoToLister user, you're instantly going to get access to our repricing module. So not only are we going to help you smart price, but we also have this mini course. And what my team will actually set up for you if you're not technically savvy, just email us at support@gotolister.com. Say, hey, help me set up repricing. We help dozens of people do this. And we'll get your repricer set up the best way that I think is to reprice. And also get full access to Book Business Blueprint. Shout out to the people that paid for it years ago. You guys are going to get access to that 100% free. And it's also free on starthumble.com. And mobile stats app as well. This is brand new. You guys can open up your phone. A lot of people were showing me this last night. You can actually check how your business is doing, what your sell-through rate is, what your average sales price is, how much profit you're making. You can actually see what your total profit would be if all your inventory sold today. So we have currently like $55,000. If everything sold today, that's how much we would make. And then a number I love that I haven't seen any other software do is inbound inventory profit. So you can see all my inbound inventory, how much it's going to make you. And I like that number to be the biggest because that means I'm doing the work necessary to grow my Amazon business. End of year tax reporting coming soon. And probably the most important thing is easily deal with split shipments. So we help you. And there's a hack out there. If you list 200 books, people are noticing they don't get split shipments. If you do get split shipments, we have an easy box content flow, which you guys can try over here later. We'll put the pressure on Dom and Ryan to get that going. But basically you scan the book, it tells you which box to put it into, whether it's going to B&A, whether it's going to Illinois. And instantly you don't have to worry about, oh, this book goes in this box, whatever. And you're going to save, like, I know Michael doesn't even do box contents, but you can save 15 cents per item if you use box contents. And we have 2D barcodes, which allow you to get your inventory checked in faster. Supposedly, a lot of people have been noticing it gets you checked in, and Q4 is coming. So the faster you get inventory checked in, the more money you're going to make. That's really important with online arbitrage and wholesale, but it's also important for booksellers as well. So this all comes out to $1,300, but I'm just going to charge you $1,000 today. How's that sound? I'm just kidding. You guys get this is exclusive. This ends this weekend, $31 per month. So if you're using GoToLister, say aye. If you guys want, you can upgrade. Instead of paying us $50 a month, you can only pay $31 per month. You guys have to sign up for the annual plan here. And you can scan this and save the link for later if you want, but this is an exclusive. And this is also not only for existing GoToLister users, but if you're brand new, scan that link, and this is going to give you $100 off our annual plan, which comes out to $31.68 per month. So I'll let you guys take a picture of that real quick. You can upgrade. So if you're currently paying $50, you can change it, or maybe you're paying for the annual plan now, which is more expensive. So this is a Books and Beyond exclusive. So everyone got that? But this is a weekend special right here. All right, building relationships with libraries and thrift stores is important, but building relationships with Amazon sellers is just as important. I have 12 minutes here, so I'm going to talk about how I've personally done this. And I think this is one of the things I've done really good at. So hustle hard on the networking side of things. In 2018, I was coaching wrestling. I did the classic thing where I'm a millennial, surprisingly, 1995, barely made the cutoff. I'm with you guys. They're like, oh, you young kids. And I'm like, I'm one of you. So millennials, we follow our passion, right? I'm gonna follow my passion. I'm gonna coach wrestling. That is my passion. I love grappling. And so I go to my high school. I'm coaching wrestling with my wrestling coach, my high school coach. And at the end of the season, I probably put like, I don't even know, like 30, 40, 50 hours a week. All my weekends are done. I'm thrifting during the day. And then in the afternoon and on the weekends, I'm coaching wrestling. I got paid $1,300 that season. And I remember I was listening to this entrepreneur, multimillionaire, and he said, if you're gonna hustle hard on the networking side of things. All I was doing was going into thrift stores and libraries, headphones on, not talking to anybody, no social media presence at all. And at night, I would go to wrestling practice. That was it. I'm getting like no exposure to other Amazon sellers. So what I decided to do, this is actually kind of by accident, I decided to drive from Tennessee all the way to Los Angeles, right here. And along the way, I stopped in all these little cities. Havasu, Arizona, by the way, great place to get books. I got like $1,200 profit from one Goodwill. Richtown, Little Lake, Havasu City, Arizona. If you guys ever get a chance, go there. So I'm hustling hard. I probably spent like $2,000 on a credit card, Bank of America, my travel card, and I only had like $1,000 in the bank. And then I saw that Caleb and Reezy were putting an event on in Los Angeles. And I was like, I don't have any money, but I want to go to this. And I was in Arizona at the time. And I'm like, screw it. I'm going to make my way over there. So I drive all the way over there. I actually went to the wrong address. I went to the Gumroad address, which was like the creator of this weird software. And the conference was like across town. So I showed up to the conference like 30 minutes late, just like Reezy did here. And I walked in. Go put boxing back on. And then, so I walk in, and I was so fortunate enough to get a seat next to one of my best friends and mentor, Caleb Roth. He pulled out a seat. There wasn't a seat there. He had to go to the back room and get a seat and put it next to him. And we became best friends. He taught me so much about business. But at that event, it opened my eyes, and I'm hoping you guys experience this weekend, that there's a lot of people. There was a girl from MIT doing like part-time 300,000 in textbook sales. She was working on all these algorithms to find textbooks and sell them. Caleb was doing his thing. Reezy, I got to meet him in person. I got to see that these are real living human beings, and it changed my mind. And more importantly, I made lifelong connections with a bunch of entrepreneurs there. I was talking all weekend. And then that was a start. That clicked in my head. I'm like, oh, this is what, when I was outside of wrestling practice, this is what that entrepreneur was talking about. So I'm just gonna do more of this. I'm gonna do more of this. Started posting more on social media, started going to every single event I could about book selling, which was just Caleb's Turn the Page events, but I went to every single one. And I did pay $200 to go. I put on my credit card, and it was absolutely worth it. I know you guys paid a lot more for this conference, but you know, we got to account for inflation and stuff like that. So this is what all my hustle got me. It got me a circle of close friends that are millionaires or quickly on their way to be. It's actually pretty crazy to say that. Several huge weekend book deals, an Amazon business that sells hundreds of thousands of textbooks each year. I met my developer for GoToLister. Shout out Dom, who's taking a bathroom break. He saw me on social media, reached out to me to promote his software. And then he sucks at marketing, so he couldn't get anyone to sign up for it. So then I was like, hey, I got a better idea. Let's make GoToLister. And we started GoToLister together. That only happened because I posted on social media. And he only trusted me because I post on social media so much. He felt like he knew me, even though I didn't know him. And now I have a network of Amazon sellers that share products with for my wholesale business. So it's kind of like cheating, but I'm so connected with the Amazon community that I have all these products I can buy simply because all my friends are Amazon sellers and we don't have enough money to buy other products. We share products with each other. Hell, even this conference is a result of me networking. So Miami Sellers Conference, you know, a huge conference that we throw every year. And Victor, Joji come up to me like, dude, let's do a book selling conference. And just like that, we shook hands. I knew it was instantly going to happen. And here we are today, Books and Beyond. Completely a result of me networking hard. So here's how I hustle hard on networking. Maybe you guys won't do the same. Your flavor is going to look different than mine. But what I did was I posted my journey on social media, even when I thought it was irrelevant, useless information. I posted it. And I recommend you guys do the same. Post on social media, make an Instagram page dedicated to your business, or just post on your personal page and see what happens. You'd be so surprised. And this is like the opportunity, in my opinion, of the 21st century is post on social media. It's like if you're stirring a pot, or like if you're in a lake and like you start digging up mud, yeah, you might get your hand cut by glass sometimes, but every once in a while you're going to find a diamond. So post on social media. Next, what I did was connect with as many sellers as I can. I attended conferences. I messaged them in Facebook groups, Instagram. You guys can reach out to Sophie Books. You guys can message me. You guys can message Steve. You guys can, maybe we don't respond. You can message somebody else. Just take action and connect with as many sellers as possible. Zoom call with them. Really get it in your brain that this is possible, and just connect with people. You don't know what's going to come from it. Solve their problems, share industry secrets with them. Everyone thinks they have a secret. The secret is there are no secrets. Dave's secret is probably a lot different than my secret. And I tell Dave my secret. He's like, that's not a fucking secret. And vice versa. He'll tell me his secret. I'm like, dude, I don't want to go buy a bunch of pallets of books. Like, we all have different secrets. So share your secrets, provide value to them, just like we're providing value to the thrift stores and libraries by taking their books away, freeing up their space, and helping them make more money on their books. You can provide value to other Amazon sellers by sharing with them information that's going to make them money. And trust me, it will make you a lot of money by doing that. The more information you share with other people, they're going to give you more information back, and they're going to help you out. Golf with them, even if I suck. That's what I do. Shout out to Caleb and Rob. I rock climb with them, even if you suck, because I'm actually pretty good at rock climbing, so I had to put you in there. Just do things, ideally things that I enjoy, because life is life. And if you connect with people authentically, it's going to be a lot better. Like, it's never worth hanging out with some rich shithead who you don't want to be like anyway. If they don't have the family, if they don't have the mental state, if they don't have what you want, why are you going to model them in business? It's just be a human. It's not all about the money, but results show. And that's why I had everyone stand up earlier, because results really do show. If you're giving some bomb ass advice and I find out you're doing 1,000 in sales a month, I'm probably going to walk away. All right, I don't want to listen to that guy. They're giving advice that sounds good, but it's going to confuse my brain because they're not doing anything. Versus somebody who gives what I think is stupid advice, but they're doing $1 million a month. I'm like, maybe they know something I don't know. So results do show. And again, in my opinion, I would hang out with people you resonate with. All the entrepreneurs, big shout out to Taylor Jones, who's not here. He's in Hawaii right now. One of my best friends, and we connected. He's a wrestler, Amazon seller, world traveler. You don't find that every day. And the reason why I found that is because I posted my journey on social media. We connected, and now we can just talk for hours about any topic at all because we share the same interest. So that's a key to this, is find people like you who have results you like too. So squad up for Amazon conferences at Airbnb together. We're gonna get more of this going. Hopefully we'll get to go to a lister conference in Nashville, super low key. Shout out to Caleb back in the day. He would just get an Airbnb and host the conference there. But that's a hack. If you go to any other Amazon conference, AMZ United, Amazon Accelerate, Miami Sellers Conference, wherever you go, Books and Beyond, get an Airbnb, invite everyone to the Airbnb, and that's like instant like connection with everyone. This is like the best way to build friendships. And that's where the magic happens. Like at the after party, downtown at the bars and stuff, you guys will start talking to each other. And that's where business deals. Like it's insane how many business deals. I should have like an affiliate link or something to capture like the revenue that people generate just from partnerships at Miami Sellers Conference. Cause like months will pass and then someone's like, oh, I'm doing this project, blah, 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 blah. We met at your conference. And I just had no idea that it happened. It happens all the time. So yeah, take a trip with somebody out of the country. I've done this several times. I went to Costa Rica. Who went to Costa Rica earlier? Someone was telling me, yeah, Costa Rica, great place to go. Get a group of Amazon sellers, invite them to Costa Rica, and connection is going to happen. Who here wants to 10x their business over the next year? Say aye.
Make the sound of what it would feel like if you were doing 10x the profit you imagine possible in your business.
That's pretty good. I did not expect that.